I think I started to notice I had depression when I was just waking up, like, wanting to go straight back to sleep. That's when I really realized, like, yo, like, there's something going on.
Depression is common. Although major depressive disorder may begin at any age, it usually begins in young adulthood. Symptoms develop over days to weeks. More than 50% of those who initially suffer a single major depressive episode eventually develop another. Depression is not just a form of extreme sadness. It's a disorder that affects both brain and body. Unlike a passing sad mood, depression is considered a disorder because it interferes with ordinary functioning in work, school, or relationships. The link between suicide, the second leading cause of death for young people aged 15 to 29, and depression is clear. And around the world, 2 people kill themselves every minute.
I struggled with the suicidal stuff too. It was situational, and then it was also just this internal pain I felt constantly.
The World Health Organization estimates that fewer than half of people with depression are receiving treatment. Many more will be getting inadequate help, often focused on medication, with too little investment in talking therapies, which are regarded as a crucial ally.
It went on for 3 years when I was on 7 different prescriptions, some for anxiety, some for depression. I took Wellbutrin, Zoloft. Some of them I don't even know the names. I really didn't trust what was in it. I didn't know what was in it. I was like, I don't want to be on this my whole life. Like, I need to start as soon as possible.
There's, all different degrees of depression, and if people don't, some people become satisfied with taking an antidepressant, and in some cases it's appropriate. And there's no criticism of that. The ones that you would want to be careful with are the people that end up in a low level of depression. A dysthymia is what that would be called.
Until I was 18 and like out of my parents' house, whenever I tried to stop taking them, like it wasn't very good. They always tried to get me back on them immediately too, so I could never, like they kind of at one point were watching me to make sure I was taking my medicine, even though I didn't want to. And when I stopped taking them at first, I think it was just, I quit all at once, so obviously that's not the best idea.
Ceasing to take antidepressants altogether can be crippling to a patient. Withdrawals can be so great that the patients will continue to take their medication because the withdrawals have more negative consequences than the side effects.
Yeah, you always want to do that under a doctor's care, and you don't ever stop any of that cold turkey. You always titrate down. In other words, take a smaller dose over a period of time till you go off of it slowly, and ideally under a doctor's treatment. And it's a very treatable state of feelings that, if approached appropriately, there's a lot of success within treating. But if you wait and it just goes on and on and on, it can be much more difficult to treat.